Bandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yatha Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivashakam Vitamscha Om Agyana Timarandasya Gyanajana Shlakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhishnam Supurakam Gurganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samastavela Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govindabhidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Vande Vishwagurun Shad Divyad Bhagavat Prem Noebi Japranam Devam Divyatanum Suchandavaranam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadekamaranam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Mandetam Shubhanam Madeka Sharanam Nyasishvara Shridaram Vanshakopatarubyasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurativishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Madhya-lila, chapter 11, the Veda Kirtan pastime. So yesterday we were hearing how Maharaj Prataparudra, he urgently wanted to meet with Mahaprabhu, but Mahaprabhu refused to give darshan to a king. Mahaprabhu expressed that he's a virakta sannyasi. It's not his business to meet with materialists who are interested in bodily comforts, and he considers the king to be the head of the materialist, has money, wealth, and so much influence. So Mahaprabhu doesn't want to meet with a king, and he doesn't want to set that example for other devotees to allow them to try and go to rich people for favors. And he also expressed that to meet with a woman, especially with a supposition that for enjoyment, that these is completely unthinkable activities for someone who's a virakta sannyasi or a renunciant. And later on we'll especially see that in relationship with Chota Haridas. But here, when the king comes to Puri and he comes to see Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, so he asked, did you give my petition to Mahaprabhu to meet with me? And Sarvabhauma said, yes, I tried as much as I could, but he was completely unwilling. And then Sarvabhauma, then Maharaj Prataparudra was very, very disheartened, and he said, has Mahaprabhu descended to save so many sinners like Jagannath Rathayatra that he's going to save the whole world with the exception of a king named Prataparudra? So he was very disturbed, and he said, if Mahaprabhu won't meet with me, I can give up my own life. So then you can see he's very distraught. So Sarvabhauma is addressing that situation. Teho prema dina tomar prema gadatar avasya koribena kripa tomara upar. This is text number 52. Teho prema dina tomara prema gadatar avasya koribena kripa tomara upar. As soon as the Bhattacharya saw the king's firm determination, he declared, a Supreme Lord is approached only by pure love. Your love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, very deep. Therefore, without a doubt, he will be merciful upon you. Tatapi ko hiyayami ek upaya kora prabhu dekibe jahai. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then suggested, there is one means by which you can directly see him. Rathayatra dine prabhu sab bhakta loya, rata age nritya kori bena prema vishta hoya. On the day of the car festival, on the day of the Rathayatra festival, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will dance before the deity in great ecstatic love. Prema veshe pushpodhyane koribena pravesh sekale ekale tumi shari rajabesh. On that Rathayatra festival day, after dancing before the Lord, Mahaprabhu will enter the Gundicha garden. At that time, you should go there alone without your royal dress. Krishna rasa pancha jaya korite patan ekale jai Mahaprabhu dorive charan. When Mahaprabhu enters the Gundicha garden, you should also go there and read the 5 chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam about Lord Krishna's dancing with the gopis. In this way, you can catch hold of the Lord's lotus feet. So this is a very good plan. Actually, Sarvabhauma was not very successful in presenting a petition to Mahaprabhu to meet with the king. He was unsuccessful, but he's very intelligent, and he makes this plan, and it's actually a very good plan. Krishna Rasha Pancha Jaya Korite Patan Ekale Jai Mahaprabhu Doribe Charan. When Mahaprabhu enters the Gundicha garden, after being tired from being in Rathayatra, dancing before the cars, when Mahaprabhu enters the Gundicha temple, you should go there and read the chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam about Lord Krishna dancing with the gopis. In this way, you can catch hold of the Lord's lotus feet. You should go there and not be in your royal dress. So, intelligent. Bhaya jnana nahi se kale Krishna namashuni alingana kohivena tomai Vaishnava jani. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be in a mood of ecstatic love without external consciousness. At that time, as you recite those chapters from Srimad Bhagavatam, he will embrace you, knowing you to be a pure Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is always ready to help another Vaishnava progress towards realization of the absolute truth. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya could understand the king's position as a pure Vaishnava. The king was always thinking of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Bhattacharya wanted to help him approach the Lord. A Vaishnava is always compassionate, especially when he sees a prospective devotee very determined, drita vrata. Consequently, the Bhattacharya was ready to help the king. Ramananda Raya Tomara Prema Gun Prabhu Age Kohite Prabhu Fire Gelaman. The Lord has already changed his mind due to Ramananda Roy's description of your pure love for him. At first, the Lord did not want to see the king, but due to the Bhattacharya's and Ramananda Ray's earnest endeavors, the Lord's mind was changed. Lord already declared that Krishna would be merciful upon the king due to the king's service to the devotees. This is the process by which one can advance in Krishna consciousness. First, there must be the devotee's mercy. Then Krishna's mercy will descend. Yasha prasadad bhagavat prasado yasha prasadan nagatika topi. Our first duty, therefore, is to satisfy the spiritual master who can arrange for the Lord's mercy. A common man must first begin to serve the spiritual master or the devotee. Then, through the mercy of the devotee, the Lord will be satisfied. Unless one receives the dust of a devotee's lotus feet on one's head, there is no possibility of advancement. This is also confirmed by a statement of Prahlad Maharaj in Srimad Bhagavatam. Naisam matis tavad arukramangrim sprishati anarta pagamo yadarta mahiyasam bhararajobhishekam niskinchananam na vrinita yavat. Unless one approaches a pure devotee, one cannot understand a Supreme Personality of Godhead. Maharaj Prataparudra worshipped both Ramananda Raya and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Thus he touched the lotus feet of pure devotees and was able thereby to approach Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shunigaja patirmane sukha upajila prabhure milite e mantrana drida koila. Maharaj Prataparudra took the Bhattacharya's advice and firmly decided to follow his instructions. Thus he felt transcendental happiness. Snana jatra kabe habe puchila batere batakohe tindin achaye jatrare. When the king asked the Bhattacharya when the bathing ceremony, Snan Yatra, of Lord Jagannath would take place, the Bhattacharya replied that there were only 3 days left before the ceremony. So Snan Yatra is about, I think it's about 2 weeks before the Rathayatra. Rajare probodhya bhatagela nijaloy snana jatra dine prabhurananda ridoy. After thus encouraging the king, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya returned home. On the day of Lord Jagannath's bathing ceremony, which is Snan Yatra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy at heart. Snana Yatra deki prabhur hoila borasuk ishwarer anabasare paila boraduk. Upon seeing the bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannath, Mahaprabhu became very happy. But when Lord Jagannath retired after the ceremony, Lord Chaitanya became very unhappy because he could not see him. After the bathing ceremony of Sri Jagannath, which takes place just a fortnight before the Rathayatra ceremony, the body of the Lord Jagannath deity is repainted, and this takes just about a fortnight to complete. This period is called Anavasara. There are many who visit the temple to see Lord Jagannath regularly every day, and for them, his retirement after the bathing ceremony is unbearable. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt Lord Jagannath's absence from the temple very much. So Govinda Maharaj would call that giving nourishment to the deity, or the deity being repainted. And for 2 weeks, the deity is not visible. And what they say is that at the time of Snan Yatra, that's the bathing ceremony, they bathe Jagannath, and then they say that, and they bathe Jagannath outside. So they say that after being bathed outside, that Lord Jagannath became ill, and now he's being taken care of by the goddess of fortune. So nobody can have his darshan because he's not well. So, but actually, during that time, the deity is being nourished or repainted. Gopi Babe Virahe Prabhu Vyakula Hoya Alalanate Gela Prabhu Sabare Charya. Due to separation from Lord Jagannath, Mahaprabhu felt the same great anxiety the gopis felt in separation from Krishna. In this condition, he gave up all association and went to Alalanath, the temple of Alalanath, some distance from Jagannath Puri. Pache Prabhur Nikata Aila Bhaktagan Goda Hoite Bhakta Aishe Koila Nivedan. The devotees who had followed the Lord came into his presence and requested him to return to Puri. They submitted that the devotees from Bengal were coming to Purushottama Kshetra. The devotees from Bengal were arriving. Sarvabhauma Nilachale Aila Prabhuloya Prabhu Aila Rajatai Kohilenagiya. In this way, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya brought Mahaprabhu back to Jagannath Puri. He then went to King Prataparudra and informed him of the Lord's arrival. Hena Kale Aila Tata Gopinath Acharya Rajake Ashirvad Kori Kohe Shuna Bhattacharya. At this time, Gopinath Acharya came there while Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was with Maharaj Prataparudra. Being a Brahmin, he offered his benediction to the king and addressed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya as follows. Goda hoite Vaishnava asitechana duishat Mahaprabhu Bhaktasab Mahabhagavat. About 200 devotees are coming from Bengal. All of them are greatly advanced and specifically devoted to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Narendre Asya Sabe Hoila Vidyaman Tasabare Chahibas Prasada Samadan. All of them have already arrived on the bank of Lake Narendra, on Narendra Sarovar, and are waiting there. I desire residential quarters and prasadam arrangements for them. So this is what Gopinath Acharya is saying to the king and Sarvabhauma. All the devotees from Bengal have already arrived and are at on the bank of Lake Narendra and are waiting there. I desire residential quarters and prasadam arrangements for them. Narendra is a small lake still existing in Jagannath Puri where the Chandan Yatra festival takes place. Up to the present date, all the Bengali devotees who visit the Jagannath temple first take their bath in this lake. There they wash their hands and feet before entering the temple. Rajakohe Pariyache, Rajakohe Parichake, Ami Agyadiba, Basha Adi Je Shahiye, Paricha Sabdiba. The king replied, I shall give orders to the attendant in the temple. He will arrange for everyone's residential quarters and prasadam as you desire. Mahaprabhu or Gana Jatta Aila Goda Hoite Bhattacharya Eke Dekaha Amate. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, please show me one after another all of Mahaprabhu's devotees who are coming from Bengal. So all the devotees from Bengal are arriving in Jagannath Puri for the Jagannath Rathayatra. So the king, he doesn't know the devotees, so he asks Sarvabhauma, can you please tell me who these devotees are? Which are the devotees? I wish to know them. So then Mahaprabhu Gana Jata Aila Goda Hoite Bhattacharya Eke Dekaha Amate. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, please show me one after another all of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees who are coming from Bengal. Bhattakohe Atalikai Kora Arohan Gopinath Chine Savare Korabe Darshan. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya requested the king, go up on the roof of the palace. Gopinath Acharya knows every one of the devotees. He will identify them for you. So, Amikaha nahi chini chinite man hoy Gopinath Acharya sabare karabe parijay. Actually, I do not know any of them, although I have a desire to know them. Since Gopinath Acharya knows them all, he will give you their names. So Gopinath Acharya is the brother-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And he's been a long-time follower of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he knows all the devotees. So when the king asked Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, please tell me who the devotees are, the king said, Sarvabhauma says, I don't actually know them, but Gopinath Acharya does. He'll tell you all their names. Etaboli Tinjan, Atalikai Chadila, Hinakali Vaishnava Sab, Nikate Aila. After Sarvabhauma said this, he went up to the top of the palace with the king and Gopinath Acharya. This time all the Vaishnava devotees from Bengal drew closer to the palace. Damodara Swarup Govinda Duijan Mala Prasad Loya Jai Jahan Vaishnavagan Swarup Damodar and Govinda, taking the flower garlands and prasadam of Lord Jagannath, proceeded to where all the Vaishnavas were standing. So the devotees are down below, and from the top of the palace they can see all the devotees and what's going on. So first we see Swarup Damodar and Govinda. Govinda's, they'll be, Swarup Damodar is like very close to Mahaprabhu. Govinda is Mahaprabhu's servant. They take the flower garlands of Lord Jagannath and they take them to where the devotees are, take flower garlands. Pratamete Mahaprabhu Batailadu Hare Rajakohe Edui Konchinaha Mare. Mahaprabhu first sent those two persons in advance. The king inquired, "Who are these two? Please let me know their identities." Bhattacharya Kohe E Swarup Damodar Mahaprabhu Hoy Iha Dvitiya Kolebar. Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, "Here is Swarup Damodar, who is practically the second expansion of the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu." So Sarvabhauma does know the devotees who are from, obviously knows the devotees who live in Puri. He's living in Puri. So when the king asked, who are the two devotees from that who have come from Mahaprabhu's place and they're taking, who actually stay with Mahaprabhu, and Swarup Damodar and Govinda, they take garlands. So then the king asked, and Sarvabhauma says, we'll identify them. He says, Bhattacharya Kohe E Swarup Damodar Mahaprabhu Hoy Iho Dvitiya Kolebar. He says that's Swarup Damodar, and he's very close to Mahaprabhu. He's like a second Mahaprabhu. He's taken the responsibility of executing many forms of service to Mahaprabhu. So he's like a second Mahaprabhu. Dvitiya Govinda Britya Ihan Dohadiya Mala Patan Achena Prabhu Gaurava Korea. The second person is Govinda, Lord Chaitanya's personal servant. The Lord has sent garlands and remnants of Lord Jagannath's food with these two persons simply to honor the devotees from Bengal. So they've taken garlands and prasadam and they're receiving the devotees from Bengal. Ado Mala Dvaitere Swarup Paraila Pache Govinda Dvitiya Mala Anitaridiya. At the beginning, Swarup Damodar came forward and garlanded Advaita Acharya. Govinda next came and offered a second garland to Advaita Acharya. So both Swarup Damodar and Govinda give garlands to Advaita Acharya. Tabe Govinda Dandavat Koila Acharya Tare Nahi Chine Acharya Puchila Damodare. When Govinda offered his obeisances by falling down flat before Advaita Acharya asked Swarup Damodar about his identity, for he did not know Govinda at that time. So when the devotees from Bengal weren't there, then Govinda and Kashishwara, they arrived. They were sent by Ishwara Puri. So Advaita Acharya himself didn't know who Govinda was. So he asked Swarup Damodar, who he knows, who's this person? Who's Govinda? Damodar Kohe Ihara Govinda Nam Ishwara Purir Sevaka Ate Gunavan. Swarup Damodar informed him, Govinda was a servant of Ishwara Puri. He is very highly qualified. Prabhu Seva Korite Puri Agyadila Ateva Prabhu Ihake Nikate Rakila. Ishwara Puri ordered Govinda to serve Mahaprabhu, thus the Lord keeps him by his side. Rajakohe Jarimala Dila Duijan Acharya Tejabora Mahanta Kahakonjan. So Ishwara Puri ordered Govinda to serve Mahaprabhu. So at first Mahaprabhu was hesitant about accepting Govinda's service because Mahaprabhu was thinking he was a personal servant of my spiritual master, of my guru. So how can I engage my spiritual master's servant in my own service? So he was very hesitant. He didn't think it was proper for him to take service from his spiritual master's servant. But then he considered that his spiritual master's order, so he can't deny that. So he accepts Govinda as Govinda's service. So Govinda became the servant of Mahaprabhu, personal servant. Thus the Lord, Ishwara Puri ordered Govinda to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, thus the Lord keeps him by his side. Rajakohe Jarimala Dila Duijan Acharya Teja Bora Mahanta Kahakonjan. The king inquired, to whom did Swarup Damodar and Govinda offer the two garlands? His bodily effulgence is so great that he must be a very great devotee. Please let me know who he is. Acharya Kohe Iharanam Advaitas Acharya Mahaprabhur Manya Patra Sarva Shirodarya. Gopinath Acharya replied, his name is Advaita Acharya. He is honored even by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is therefore the topmost devotee. Shrivas Pandita Iha Pandita Bakreshwar Vidyanidhi Acharya Iha Pandita Gadadhar. Here are Srivas Pandit, Prakeshwara Pandit, Vidyanidhi Acharya, and Gadadhar Prabhu. And Gadadhar Pandit. Here are Srivas Pandit, Prakeshwara Pandit, Vidyanidhi Acharya, and Gadadhar Pandit. So all these persons are arriving from Bengal, and they're very dear to Mahaprabhu. So, and now Gopinath Acharya is replying. First he says, this is Advaita Acharya who was offered two garlands by Mahaprabhu's servant. So he's very exalted person. And here's Srivas Pandit, Rakeshwara Pandit, Vidyanidhi Acharya, and Gadadhar Pandit. Acharya Ratna Iha Pandita Purandar, Gangadas Pandit Iha Pandita Shankar. Here are Acharya Ratna, Purandara Pandit, Gangadas Pandit, and Shankar Pandit. So there. And Shankar Pandit, his brother Damodar Pandit is already came with Mahaprabhu to Puri. And Shankar Pandit is also has a very personal relationship with Mahaprabhu. E Murari Gupta Iha Pandita Narayan Haridas Thakur Iha Bhuvana Pavan. Here are Murari Gupta, Pandita Narayan, and Haridas Thakur, the deliverer of the whole universe. So Haridas Thakur, he's the Namacharya. And Haridas Thakur was born in a Muslim family, but he's the Mahaprabhu's Namacharya. And he's the savior of everyone by giving them the holy name. So here are Murari Gupta, Pandita Narayan, and Haridas Thakur, the deliverer of the whole universe. E Haribhata, E Sri Nishingananda, E Vasudevadatta, E Shivananda. Here is Haribhata, and there is Nishingananda. Here are Vasudeva Datta and Shivananda Sen. So this is the nature of Mahaprabhu's mission. You know, sometimes people consider that India is burdened by the caste system. But actually, that caste system is a perversion of what was the original spiritual reality. Originally, whether a person was a Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra, that was decided by their work and their qualities. What were the qualities of the person? Because somebody may have the title Brahmin, but he doesn't have the qualities of a Brahmin. He's not at all intellectual. He's not at all, you know, meditation. Doesn't engage and doesn't have a meditational mood. So that person's not a Brahmin. So it's supposed to be according to the qualities of the person and the work that the person does. But we also see that Haridas Thakur, he's the Namacharya, he was born in a Muslim family. Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis, who are Shastra gurus, who writing scriptures, they're very exalted, and our whole mission is known as the Rupa Nugas, the followers of Rupa Goswami. Rupa and Sanatana, they worked in the Muslim government. They had adopted all the practices of Muslims, and even their names were changed from, you know, their names became Dabir Kash and Sakar Malik, their names were changed to Muslim names, and so then Mahaprabhu took them out of the Muslim government. And even the Muslim king put Sanatana Goswami in jail because he was his personal advisor and he didn't want to lose his service. But in one way or another, they were sent by Mahaprabhu to Vrindavan to be Shastra gurus, and they're very dear to Mahaprabhu. So, and Subhuti Roy, he also there's some background story that the Muslim Nawab, I think it is, the Muslim king, had been at one time, somehow or other, he was a servant in Subhuti Rai's family. And later, when that person became I believe the Nawab Hussain Rai. Nawab
Hussain Shah?
Yeah, Nawab Hussain Shah. When he became the king, though, the king's wife, she was angry because there were some marks on Subhuti Roy's back where he had done something wrong and he had been punished by Subhuti Roy. So actually when he was king, he gave many favors to Subhuti Roy because he considered Subhuti Roy very dear to him because he was brought up in his family. But then the king's wife wanted Subhuti Roy punished because one time Subhuti Roy, when the king was younger and did something wrong, he was punished by the king and he had some mark on his back. So then the wife insisted that the king would punish Subhuti Roy. Actually, she wanted him to kill Subhuti Roy. But the king thought, that's impossible. He's like my father. I can't kill him. So then she said, well, at least what you can do is you can make him a Muslim. So then Subhuti, then the king took some water from a pitcher and threw some water drops on Subhuti Roy and said, now you're a Muslim. But in that time, India was so fanatic that even though the king just threw some water on him, some drops of water, and said he was a Muslim, then the Hindus wouldn't accept Subhuti Roy any longer as a Hindu. So he asked, what can I do to become a Hindu again. So they told him, well, you can kill yourself by drinking boiling ghee, by drinking boiling oil, and then in your next life you can be a Hindu. So Subhuti Roy didn't accept that. So he used that as an excuse to leave his house and land and everything. And he went and met with Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu said, okay, you can just become with us and then go to Vrindavan, and there you can live in Vrindavan as a saintly person and live in Vrindavan, a devotional life, and you don't have to worry about anything. Everything's okay with us, so just go there. So Mahaprabhu accepted Subhuti Roy, he accepted Rupa and Sanatan, and he accepted Haridas Thakur as the Namacharya, very, like giving the Acharya of the holy name, the teacher of the holy name. So they're all active in Mahaprabhu's mission. But when Rupa Sanatan, when they would visit Mahaprabhu in Puri, they followed the social customs of the time. They never tried to go in the Jagannath Puri temple because they're considering, we were like outcasts from the society, because they actually almost had become converted to being Muslims, but now they're back with Mahaprabhu. He accepted them, but they never tried to go into the temple of Puri because the rules and regulations of Puri are very strict. They would even say if a Hindu went overseas or to another country, he could not go back into the temple. So they're very fanatic. And that's why, even with us, it's a little bit strange, because in the sense that traditionally there was no conversion to becoming a Hindu. People were being converted by the Muslims, from Hindus to Muslim, but there was no conversion of anybody else from whatever they were before to being Hindus. So that was the custom. And therefore, became many Muslims in India, because they were all converted by the Muslims when they invaded India, and the Hindus, there was no way that they could come back to becoming Hindus. So they stayed as Muslims. So that's all due to the the inflexibility, so rigid was the Hindu society. They caused themselves many problems by being that way. And still, to even this, well, not so much nowadays in modern times, but people were very, very shocked originally to see us as Westerners, and mostly from Christian countries, coming to India and being dressed, in dhoti, kurta, with head shaved, and sikhas. We'd go out. I remember when it came to India, we'd go outside, 50 people would be around us. It was like they were looking at some kind of freak show. They'd look at us. It was very unusual. But that's the way it was. It was anyway. So Mahaprabhu's mission is a little bit different. And even Srila Sridhar Maharaj's own family and others, they would think, Mahaprabhu is, accepting so many persons who are from low-born families and other things within the mission. So they did not appreciate. But Srila Sridhar Maharaj, of course, he was seeing it. He himself left that background and became himself he himself was the Acharya. Govinda Madhava Ghosh Ebasu Ghosh Tin Bhaira Kirtane Prabhu Bhayana Santosh. Here also are Govinda Ghosh, Madhava Ghosh, and Vasudeva Ghosh. They are three brothers, and their Sankirtan, congregational chanting, pleases the Lord very much. Raghava Pandit Acharya Nandan Sriman Pandit Srikanta Narayan. Here is Raghava Pandit. Here is Acharya Nandan. There is Sriman Pandit. And here are Shrikanta and Narayan. Shuklambar Deka A Sridhar Vijay Malabhasene Purushottama Sanjay. Gopinath Acharya continued to point out the devotees. Here is Shuklambar. See, there is Sridhar. Here is Vijay. And there is Vallabhasen. Here is Purushottama. And there is Sanjay. So Gopinath Acharya continued to point out the devotees. Here is Shuklambar. See, there is Sridhar. Here is Vijay, and there is Vallabhasena. Here is Purushottama, and there is Sanjay. In this context, what it kind of was talking about, one thing I remember that I thought kind of interesting, Srila Maharaj was saying, there was a judge in India. He was a very good judge, and one man was being tried because he was a Hindu, but he had converted into becoming a Muslim, and he left his whole family. And the judge was talking with the man, and the man gave us an argument. He said, when one's consciousness changes, then his physical activities must also change. If one's consciousness changes, one's physical activities must change. And the judge was presiding over this because he had left his family. But he left his family because his family was Hindu, but he had become a Muslim. They didn't want to follow him, so he said, the man gave us an argument. When one's consciousness changes, one's activities must also change. And the judge was talking with Srila Sridhar Maharaj. He said, I had no argument with him. He said, I could not say anything in argument to the man. In other words, it appears the judge accepted that premise, that when your consciousness changes, your activities will also change. And we are seeing that's true, isn't it? Must be that way. So, okay. Kulina, okay. Gopinath Acharya continued to point out the devotees. Here is Shuklambar. See, there is Sridhar. Here is Vijay, and there is Vallabhasena. Here is Purushottama, and there is Sanjay. Kulina Gramabasi A Satyarajakan, Ramananda Adi Sabe, Deka Vidyaman. And here are all the residents of Kulina Gram, such as Satyaraj Khan and Ramananda. Indeed, all of them are present here. Please see. So, I'll also say about experiencing an ashram, as much as possible, we want to be able to help people. Especially someone who's just coming to Krishna consciousness. We want to be able to help them. But we are living in an environment. We can't control everything in the environment. We can't control everybody in the environment. Everyone is different. I mean, this is the land of strange individualism. We're living in America, so there's strange individualism. And we can't control every element of the environment. It's not possible. Everyone has their own viewpoint, their own personality, and nobody is shy to speak. So, one must understand. It's not, So, Mukundadas Narahari Sri Raghunandana Kandavase Chiranjiva Arasulochan. Here are Mukundadas, Narahari, Sri Raghunandana, Chiranjiva, and Sulochana, all residents of Kanda. So they come from Kanda to Jagannath Puri. People were coming from all over, actually all over India, but in particular, these are the Bengali devotees. So they're from many different towns and provinces in Bengal. Katika, Kohiba, A, Deka Jatajan, Chaitanya Ganasab, Chaitanya Jivan. How many names shall I speak to you? All the devotees you see here are associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was their life and soul. Rajako Hedeki Mora Hoila Chamatkar Vaishnavera Aiche Teja Deki Nahiyar. The king said, upon seeing all these devotees, I am very much astonished, for I have never seen such an effulgence. Koti Surya Samasab Ujwala Varan Kabunahe Shuniye Madhura Kirtan. Indeed, their effulgence is like the brilliance of 1,000,000 suns, nor have I ever heard the Lord's names chanted so melodiously. This is the king, Maharaj Prataparudra, speaking. So the king is speaking. He wants to know the devotees. He wants to meet Mahaprabhu, but Mahaprabhu refuses to meet with the king. He says, I won't meet with materialists who are, rich and powerful, etc. So he doesn't want to meet with the king. And Mahaprabhu is a virakta sannyasi. He doesn't want to meet with the king. He doesn't want to meet with, he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to meet with women also. But it's very interesting because one time later we see that Mahaprabhu's in the temple and he's looking at he's having darshan of Lord Jagannath, and there's this woman who's very eager to see Lord Jagannath, and she can't see Lord Jagannath, so she climbs up on Mahaprabhu's shoulders, and Mahaprabhu won't give darshan to ladies, but this woman climbs up on his shoulders, and then Govinda, who's Mahaprabhu's servant, makes her get down and scolds her. And then Mahaprabhu says to Govinda, he says something to him like, oh, you uncivilized man, I wish I had so much eagerness and desire to see Lord Jagannath as this woman. She climbed up on Mahaprabhu's shoulders. Anyway, so Mahaprabhu won't give darshan to ladies, and for now, at least for now, he won't give darshan to the king. But there are what?
Time and circumstance.
Well, just Aiche prema, Aiche nritya, Aiche haridwani, kahana hideki Aiche, kahana hishuni. I have never heard such ecstatic love, nor heard the vibration of the holy name of the Lord chanted in such a way, nor seen such dancing during kirtan. Bhattacharya kohe e madhura bachan, Chaitanya Rashishtiye prima sankirtan. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, this sweet transcendental sound is a special creation of the Lord known as prema sankirtan, congregational chanting in love of Godhead. So there's sankirtan, when devotees chant together, but Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says this isn't just ordinary sankirtan, this is prema sankirtan, that the devotees are chanting with prema, with love of God, and that's why everything is so sweet. Avatari Chaitanya Koila Dharma Pracharan Kali Kali Dharma Krishna Nama Sankirtan. In this age of Kali, Mahaprabhu has descended to preach the religion of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna is a religious principle for this age. So here, what was being translated is Dharma Pracharan and Kali Kali Dharma. It's translated as religion, Dharma, but Dharma really isn't religion, but it's okay for sake of a translation, it's given that name. Well, we don't say we're religion in this sense. These say, for instance, if you say dharma, the word dharma means, you can say is religious duty, but you can also say the word dharma means, like if you say the dharma of fire is heat and light. The inherent or constitutional qualities of fire is heat and light. So you would say the dharma of the jiva, or the dharma of the living entity, regardless of what their position, whether they believe in God or not, or whether religion or not, the dharma of the living entity, jiva swarupoi krishna nityadas. Everyone is constitutionally a servant, because they're all souls. The soul, and regardless of what body, is a servant of God. Now, or we say, Jivar Swarupoy Krishna Nitya Das. The soul is a servant of, what we say Krishna Das means Krishna's servant. And you can say, the soul's constitutional position is a servant of the Lord. So what we are doing is, we say, is the constitutional, activity of the soul is engaged in the service of the Lord. So, but here it says, in this age of Kali, Mahaprabhu has descended to preach the religion of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna is a religious principle for this age. So that's the way it's being translated. But I would say, many times I would hear Acharya speak. Strictly speaking, this is not religion. This is the activity of the soul. We don't call ourselves religion, which is, I think, a good thing, because so many terrible things are done in the name of religion. So, but I always say, many terrible things. What are you writing?
Me? I've been writing a few things, but just listening.
I was just wondering if you were doing it.
Bees.
So, anyway, everyone, let's see.
Purpose.
What?
You could use the word purpose.
I said, no, so many terrible things are done in the name of religion, but you cannot, so without considering religion, one will see that life is spiritual, I believe. You have to see that life itself, the fact that I'm alive, that I'm breathing, who can explain that? Who can explain that if it's not spiritual? How am I alive? How am I breathing? How, despite the activities of my brain, which may not be so intelligent, how is everything going on in my body so nicely, like everything is very intelligently put together and working, and not only working here, working with the trees and the bees and animals and everything. Everything's working very nicely. So I may not be religious. Actually, I guess I really wasn't religious anyway, but but I do believe in the spiritual nature of everything. I can't think of anything that's not spiritual. Why? Because everything's resting on consciousness. Everything is conscious. Where does consciousness come from? Consciousness comes from spirit. Consciousness comes from the soul. Because the soul is present, everyone is conscious. Sankirtan jagye tare kore aradan se seta sumeda ar kali hatajan. Anyone who worships Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by chanting, by congregational chanting, should be understood to be very intelligent. One who does not do so must be considered a victim of this age and bereft of all intelligence. Well, Krishna Varnam Trisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Praya Yajanti Isu Medasa. In this age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. So this isn't, what is this talking about? All this is talking about, this is really talking about that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. He's internally Krishna, but he's covered with the Bhavakanti, the mood and the beauty of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, Krishna is black, but he's covered with Radharani's complexion and mood, and she's golden color. So he's internally Krishna, but he's covered with the mood and sentiments of Srimati Radharani. And it's very special. So all these verses are talking about how Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Lord. Now, I would like to read a couple verses more, but it's getting late. So I'll read them tomorrow. And then we'll finish here and chant. So, oops. Okay. All right. Okay. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jarabhaya Nama Jarabhaya Maravaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinath Marana Mohan Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Garadhara Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanata Bhattaraguna Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raguna Jai Gosai Gauri Charana Bandhan Jai Gosai Gauri Charana Bandhan Jai Te Vignana Shabista Puran Jai Gosai Jamui Tarada Samar Pavarenu Mora Panchagram Hare Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibas Janame More Abhilas Jai Gosai Jabe Braje Kolabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Madhya-lila Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koryan Harinam Sankirtana Kohai Naratamudan Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sada Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Paravajakacharya Ashtatara Sada Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsi Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gauravakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagwat Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Vishwavarenya Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Ram Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Koladvip Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Sevashram here in Socal Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Let's see. Also, Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan Sham Kana Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Shri Kartik Vrata Ki Jai. Shri Damodar Vrata Ki Jai. Shri Niyama Seva Ki Jai. Shri Urja Vrata Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardhan Maharaj Ki Jai.